So it's May 4th that will be counting day. In fact, watch Results Day live here with Times Now. The entire schedule of elections being announced by the Chief Election Commissioner there, Gyanesh Kumar, April 9th for Assam, Kerala and Puducherry. And in fact, in West Bengal, it will be a two-phase election that will be seen on 23rd and 29th. And in fact, in Tamil Nadu, it will be a single phase on the 23rd of April. That's as far as these elections are concerned. So very, very crucial 5 state elections that have been announced. In fact, let's quickly open this up and take it across to all our guests as well as our reporters joining us live at the moment. Very significant JVC Shriram as well as, of course, we have Shekhar Iyer joining us. West Bengal. Now, this was a key election issue in the last Lok Sabha as well as assembly elections. West Bengal government and TMC repeatedly said, why are you having multiple 6-7 phase polls? It can be much shorter. Now the election commissioner has come and done it. They shouldn't have much to complain about.
They shouldn't have much to complain, Madhav, because, I think, and this also probably is a clue to what is going to come in 2029. Even in Maharashtra, we saw in our parliamentary election, there were 5 phases, but Maharashtra got over in 1 phase. Probably UP also, we're going to see next year, it's going to be reduction. So I think it is good, but only concern I have is, do we have enough infrastructure to ensure that the elections are conducted in a peaceful manner and a fair manner? That's the question. And probably Election Commission should have probably conducted massive debates on this particular aspect and then must have concluded it. Because Bengal, we have always seen violence erupting in Bengal. So that's one concern. But otherwise, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Puducherry, it's always been one single phase.
Absolutely. In fact, let me take the question across to Shekhar Iyer. Shekhar Iyer, is the debate now going to shift back to the entire issue of SIR? Because clearly, this is an issue all have been raising over the last few days, with the schedule now in fact being a very curtailed one. And of course there is always a spectre of the threat of poll violence in certain states which have a history of doing so. Are you looking at the entire election process and the entire election being dominated once again by the issue of SIR like we saw in the case of Bihar?
Madhav, you saw today 2 repeated questions on the SIR and supplementary list. CEC made it clear that it will be entirely go by the decision of the Kolkata High Court, which will be clearing the names to be included in the list. As and when, because this is also as per the direction of the Supreme Court. So Election Commission itself is to purely go by the orders of the Kolkata High Court on the list that will be cleared from there. That is one. I think this time what will happen is, since the campaign period for Assam and Kerala has been narrowed down to just 3 weeks. So you are going to see some political parties may feel that they will have to get their act together very fast, selection of candidates, then filing of nomination, then going into the campaign. Of course, in a way, it will save them a lot of cost of electioneering, because invariably, if it is a extended campaigning period, the political parties have always felt the expenses have gone up. So for Assam and Kerala, being held on April 9th, and so also Puducherry. Puducherry is, in terms of political activity, Congress and DMK are yet to finalize their even alliance and seats.
Okay, I'm told that there's a reaction of TMC already coming in. Kunal Ghosh is speaking on this. Let's cut across live to that. All right. In fact, we will just cut across live to that. Another reaction coming in from the DMK. Salem Dhanidharan spokesperson has tweeted saying that for the first time ever, Puducherry elections are decoupled from Tamil Nadu elections. This is, of course, a question being asked. Why is the question that the DMK is asking? Let's, in fact, open this up to our reporters as well. All right. I'm told that we have that reaction now of Kunal Ghosh once again of the TMC. Let's listen into that.
प्रोमिनेंट पर्सन उसको इंसल्ट कर रहा है, जो सिटीजनशिप लेकर वो पॉलिटिक्स कर रहा है, हैरेसमेंट कर रहा है एसआईआर के नाम पे, इसका खिलाफ बांग्ला वोट देगा।
आपको क्या लग रहा है लास्ट ईयर के बड़ा हारने के बाद कभी उसका बोधोदय हुआ?
कुछ नहीं हुआ, फिर हारेंगे और बुरी तरह से हारेंगे। अब लीक कर रखिए, 250 से ज्यादा तृणमूल सीट जीतने वाला है। ममता बनर्जी अभी she will return back with more than 250 MLAs in the assembly.
दादा, चुनाव की घोषणा से पहले ही मुख्यमंत्री ने 2 बड़ा अनाउंसमेंट किया। एक है
ममता बनर्जी तो जो हमारा चीफ मिनिस्टर है उसका अनाउंसमेंट का ऊपर हम लोगों का कोई अलग कमेंट का ज़रूरत ही नहीं है। जो उन्होंने ठीक समझा, देखिए ये स्टेट का हमारा जो रुपया है, हक का रुपया है, वो तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट नहीं देता, वो उससे डिप्राइव करता है और वो उसको कैश करके पॉलिटिक्स कर रहा है, डिसिडेंट पॉलिटिक्स वो प्रमोट करता है भाजपा। तो ममता दीदी जानता है ये तो जो सोशल सिक्योरिटी का जो स्कीम्स है, मेनली जो आम जनता के लिए, सबको प्रोटेक्टेड रखने के लिए वो प्रायोरिटी है। और दूसरे जो करना है वो ममता बनर्जी जानती है कहाँ कब अनाउंसमेंट करना है, किधर अनाउंसमेंट करना है। वो तो अल्टीमेटली जो इसका जो डिमांड था, जो करना चाहिए था, तो ममता बनर्जी तो उसका प्लानिंग था। तो जो लोग अभी डिमांड करते थे तो उसको मुझ से तो एक बारों नहीं निकाला। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट वो हमारा हक का जो रुपया ब्लॉक करके रखा है उसको रिलीज करना चाहिए, वो तो नहीं बोला। तो ममता बनर्जी का बहुत लिमिटेशन के अंदर सबको खुश रखने का, हक रखने का, देने का ममता जी का काम है। तो वहां पर आज जो अनाउंसमेंट हुआ तो सब लोग खुश है, वो तो ममता दीदी करना ही थे।
Across live to our reporters. Joining us with us is Ridhita live from Kolkata. We also have Dharni live from Chennai. With us is Anamika from Guwahati. Mohit Bhatt joining us from the national capital, and also of course with us is Pratibha live from Tamil Nadu as well. Let me come across to you first, Ridhita. Now TMC's reaction is very interesting because TMC of course has been repeatedly targeting the Election Commission, but a key demand of TMC has always been historically to reduce the phases of polls in West Bengal. And this time round, the Election Commission has gone and done that. What is the first response coming in from the TMC?
Absolutely, as you heard Kunal Ghosh stating that irrespective of the phases that has been numbered down, still he says and targets the CEC, and he has gone on to say that BJP is now still going to get less number of seats in Bengal. He has also stated that they are completely Bangla Birodhi, which is anti-Bengalis, and hence they will never get more seats that they are dreaming of. Even today morning when the Mayor Firhad Hakim had spoken to us, he had stated completely that if BJP gets 20 seats, that will be a lot for them. Earlier this week when CEC was also in the city to hold meetings, they have seen go back posters that has been going, but according to CEC has said that this year Bengal will go through a very violent free elections and there would not be any unruliness that will take place. In case of such situations, then due course of law will be taken care of and law will take care of those actions. However, now two phases of elections will be held in Bengal in 23rd and 29th, and the counting will be on 4th again. But TMC does not seem to be a very active participant to it. They are still criticizing the notion that has been taken out by the CEC and the EC's decision that has been taken in reducing the number of phases in West Bengal.
Okay.
They still criticize and
stay with us,
that
Rita. Let's also take this across to Dharni, who's joining us live. Dharni, first reaction to the DMK. We are seeing Salem Dharni question why Tamil Nadu and Puducherry elections have been delinked. How does that make a difference specifically to the situation on ground?
Well, on ground it doesn't really make a lot of difference, but the DMK has been raising suspicion over a lot of things as far as the Election Commission of India is concerned. In fact, now we have got a reaction from Salem Dharnitharan in which he is questioning that in 2021 the election dates were announced in February, and this time there is a 2-week delay. Why is there a 2-week delay in announcement of dates is also another question that the DMK is asking at the moment. But as far as the alliance arithmetics is concerned, in Puducherry also the DMK and the Congress, they are going to face the elections together. In fact, the negotiation talks between these two parties that is currently underway in Puducherry, the talks have not been finalized yet, but as you said, on the ground it doesn't really make a lot of difference because Puducherry is a union territory that has a separate government, and the nature of the politics also is very different from what is unfolding in Tamil Nadu as far as Puducherry is concerned. And talking about Tamil Nadu, it looks like a 3-way contest strongest, the DMK alliance, ADMK alliance, and also the Vijay factor. One cannot ignore the Vijay factor this time. He's going to face his first assembly elections. So definitely the DMK is very confident that they'll be able to win more than 200 seats. Their alliance will be able to win more than 200 seats, and Mr. M.K. Stalin will retain his power is what the DMK feels. But on the other hand, we also have to remember that the NDA has been strengthening itself day after day. TT Vidyanakaran of the Amma Makkal Munettra Kalagam, recently he joined forces with the NDA. He will bring along a good chunk of Tevar votes with him, and Patali Makkal Kachi, which is very predominant among the one-year community in the northern region in Tamil Nadu. They're also with NDA at the moment. So the NDA has also been strengthening itself day after day. So it looks like it's going to be a neck-to-neck contest between the DMK alliance and the NDA alliance. But meanwhile, Vijay's party, they're also hopeful that they'll be able to get a 2-digit vote share here in Tamil Nadu in their debut poll season.
All right. And in fact, we have more reactions, I'm told, coming in. Let's listen to some of them.
The election dates have been announced. It's interesting, last year the elections were announced by Feb 27th, and this year it's been postponed by 2 weeks. We don't know why. Maybe Prime Minister wanted to finish all his obligations. That's why we say the Election Commission operates like the wing of the BJP party. But whatever may be the day of polling, whenever may be the day of results, whatever may be the undemocratic practices the BJP may try to follow in Tamil Nadu, we will get more than 200 seats. Thank you.
All right, let me take this across, in fact, to my other colleagues as well. We have also Mohit Bhatt joining us from the national capital. Mohit Bhatt, while the schedule is about roughly 2 weeks behind that of what we saw in the last assembly polls, clearly what has been the major difference is the reduction in the number of phases and the spread of the elections. Very, very significant to see what these results will be, because Assam is one state where BJP has been in power for multiple terms, but in the other states, it's going to be an uphill battle.
Well, yes, in fact, and you see, Madhav, when it comes to West Bengal in 2021, West Bengal elections were held in 8 phases. Earlier also concerns were being raised about the deployment of the troops, about the money being spent in 8 phases, and hence it was expected that this time around it could be 3 to 4 phases for the West Bengal elections. But this time around only 2 phases for West Bengal elections, and it is a major step that is coming in. West Bengal is a huge state. There are crores of voters over there, and the huge amount of deployment that the EC had to do, they have done that. The Central Armed Forces, they have already been sent to West Bengal. More Central Armed Forces would be sent because the MCC has come into the place, and now the Election Commission will take the call. When it comes to West Bengal, BJP wants to win West Bengal. They have been trying to break into the castle of West Bengal, fortress of West Bengal for a long time, but they have not got it. Mamata Banerjee has got the chief ministerial term for the 3 consecutive times. But interesting would be the elections of Kerala and Tamil Nadu for the BJP also, given the fact that BJP is riding high on the municipal corporation elections of Trivandrum. Prime Minister himself went over there, he met the mayor, and he put forward the vision of Trivandrum for next 5 years that BJP is looking into. So Kerala is a place where BJP would want to make inroads into a certain amount of vote. They would want to increase their voters, and in Tamil Nadu also BJP is relying on the alliance partners. But yes, when it comes to Kerala, Congress is also very strong over there. In Tamil Nadu, DMK, Congress, they are in an alliance. They will go together. They are also very strong. But the elections that would be very interesting will be of West Bengal, because West Bengal is known for violence. And this question was being asked to CEC. He clearly stated that all the measures would be taken. Each and every SP would be responsible if any act of violence takes place in West Bengal. So the West Bengal elections will take place in 2 phases. And in all these states, Assam is the state where BJP is in power, and BJP would want to retain it for the 3rd time, while the Congress party is also working hard on the ground. But this time around, we have seen the statement
from Anamika on Assam. Anamika, very, very important elections there in Assam. We've already seen Himanta Biswa Sarma make a number of controversial statements, from Mia Muslims to several other announcements, which have attracted a lot of criticism from his political rivals. What are we expecting in Assam this time around, Anamika, and what are the reactions coming into this announcement?
Well, today we have reached in that program also CM clearly mentioned.
BJP government, they are quite sure that the government will again come in Assam, and then he has clearly mentioned that to give them a chance to end for the next year also. Now they are removing the illegal imputation, the Bangladeshi, the Mia people from Assam. But for the upcoming tenures, if BJP get in power from the state, even from India, they said we will not let any of the illegal immigrants let come into India itself.
All right, Mr. T.S. Singh Deo is joining us, senior Congress leader, former Deputy Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh as well. Mr. T.S. Singh Deo, your reaction to this poll schedule announcement, a lot of adverse reactions coming from the DMK, from the TMC, but interestingly, it's a very curtailed schedule, particularly in sensitive states such as West Bengal, which have seen or have had a history of poll violence. It's going to be a two-phase poll.
I'm surprised that this is an issue, that polls are lesser in numbers. There should be one date for polling. We have enough machinery in the country to manage polls. We talk about one nation, one election, and then we tend to split it up into various dates and various phases and feel that we cannot manage it in shorter terms. So that always surprises me. We have enough paramilitary forces or forces otherwise an administrative machinery. The other thing is the dates that have come out. That again surprises me, because for 3 states, that is Assam, Kerala and Puducherry, they have given almost no time. The process starts from tomorrow, the notification starts from tomorrow, and by the 9th of April, you are having scheduled voting. The other states are going to polls on the 23rd and the 29th. So why should there be so much of a gap between various states? No, you should easily be able to manage it on one date. And then you're giving far too little time for first 3 states. And comparatively more time to the other states. So that doesn't really...
In fact, we have Mr. Ramesh Chennithala, who's from the Congress party and, of course, a very prominent face in the state of Kerala for the Congress party. Mr. Ramesh Chennithala, your reaction to this poll schedule announcement?
No, this is very surprising, because Kerala has got only 23 days for campaigning. And also, we have this Easter. You know that majority, a large number of Christians are staying in Kerala. 5 days will be there for Easter and other celebrations. And where is the time for us to campaign? I don't know. Election Commissioner is a Kerala cadre officer. He knows the practical problems of the Kerala, and never it happened like this. And our result, we have to wait for 1 month also. So I think that we should reschedule the calendar so that enough time will be getting for the political parties for campaign. And tomorrow onward, we have to file the nomination. This is so surprising, and other states are getting more time. I don't know why this has been scheduled like this. So I feel that they have to reschedule.
Will you take this up officially with the Election Commission, sir? Are you going to do you plan to write to the Election Commission or taking it up officially?
The national leadership, for the 5 days we are missing because of the Easter celebrations. So it will be highly difficult for us to campaign. So I told you, the Kerala cadre officer, the Election Commissioner knows all these things. I wonder how he can schedule like this. So my request is that they have to reschedule this election program totally.
You are requesting them to reschedule, but are you going to formally write to them to make that request?
That we are talking to national leadership, and we will represent this matter.
Okay, you're going to talk to your national leadership and represent this matter, and a call being taken. Mr. Ramesh Chennithala, thanks so much for joining us. We have now, let's move across to the DMK. We have Mr. Saravanan of the DMK joining us on the phone line. Mr. Saravanan, your reaction to this poll schedule announcement?
Yeah, see, the first time ever they have decoupled Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. That is because the alliance with the BJP and the ADMK has not been finalized yet. That is why they have decoupled, and they have announced Tamil Nadu's date much later than that of Puducherry. This is the time. I don't think the Election Commission is acting in an independent, unbiased manner. They function as an extended arm of the BJP. This is one more instance of that. And on the 23rd, Tamil Nadu elections are going to be held, and the DMK will sweep the elections. under the leadership of our Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, the programs which we have done, the welfare measures we have brought in, the development and the progress the state of Tamil Nadu had seen in the last 5 years has not been other states, including the union government. So on that basis, the basis of good governance.
But Mr. Sarwan, one simple question to you. How does it make a difference if two elections of two separate states are held on two different dates? How does it make a difference politically speaking or electorally speaking?
See, that's what I told you. Tamil Nadu and Puducherry elections have always been held in the same dates. From time immemorial, they have never been. When there are elections together, it was conducted
I got
on the
your
same
point. It's a
day.
break in the tradition, but does that in any way change the fairness of the poll?
It's not about fairness. Justice should not only be done, but should also be seen to be done the same way. Fairness should not only reflect, should also reflect in the actions.
No, I'm just trying to understand what is the unfairness. What is the issue over here in the conduct of poll? Is there some issue in the conduct of poll which we are not able to understand?
There is no reason. There is no reason. Let the Election Commission give us the reason why Puducherry is on the 9th and Tamil Nadu is on the 23rd. Does this Election Commissioner think is more smarter than the earlier Election Commissioners?
Well, that's a question that the Election Commission will have to answer. Let's leave it there. Thanks so much, Mr. Sarwan, for joining us. Let's quickly take this across to all our guests joining us. I'm told we have Anand Raghunathan and Ms. J.V. Sriram joining us. Anand Raghunathan, interesting to see the reactions coming in from various political parties who are, of course, trying to, obviously, and it's no surprise, we've seen the last few months where they've been extremely critical of the role of the Election Commissioner and the CEC, Mr. Gyanesh Kumar, and today's comments are perhaps in the same vein. Your reaction, Anand Raghunathan, to this kind of announcement that has come in?
Good evening, Madhav, and good evening to my fellow panelists and to your millions of viewers. Well, I would say a couple of points. Number one, the reactions are along the expected lines, except that had they actually just cared to look at the views and the demands of the fellow opposition parties, they would have realized that mostly the Election Commission has acted according to the demands and the requests of, for example, the CPIM, the Congress and other opposition parties. For example, if I'm not mistaken, 5 years ago, the elections in Bengal were held in, I think, 8 phases. They were the longest in the history of conducting elections in Bengal. I think maybe 7 or 8 phases, maybe 8 phases. And that led to unprecedented violence. In fact, it was the BJP, the Congress and the CPIM that requested that please reduce the number of phases for conducting elections in Bengal. Some of them even wanted a single phase election like what happened in Maharashtra. Please remember that Maharashtra and Bengal have roughly the same number of seats. And in Maharashtra, it was a single phase election that was held in the state for the state assembly. Yes, agreed that the security situation, the propensity for violence is more on the ground in Bengal than in Maharashtra, but still that was what was requested. So the EC has looked at that request and has decided that, well, if not one single phase, we will hold it in 2 phases. So I don't know what that brouhaha is about. It was only TMC that wanted same number of phases that had never happened previously.
Actually, they were complaining when those large number of phases were announced, Anand Raghunathan, they had a problem with that as well. Because their criticism was that, there were all sorts of issues that were being raised at that point of time. All right, there's a quick update coming in. There's a tweet coming in from former Union Home Minister P. Chidambaram. And he has put out this social media post to say that I welcome the announcement that elections will be held in Assam, Kerala, Puducherry and Tamil Nadu in 1 phase and that elections will be held in West Bengal in 2 phases. I'm glad that the number of phases has been compressed into 1 phase/2 phases. Now, this is coming in from the former Union Home Minister, and that's going to be quite interesting. Let me quickly take this across also to Member of Parliament P. Santosh Kumar, who's joining us. Mr. Santosh Kumar, your reaction to the poll schedule announcement, because here you have former Union Home Minister P. Chidambaram actually welcoming the announcement and the reduction of the number of phases. Mr. Santosh Kumar.
As far as the dates of Kerala elections are concerned, I am very happy because the LDF is already ready to face the election. We have announced the candidates list also within seconds after the announcement of the poll dates. Okay, the CPI, CPM, CPI already announced. I think the CPM is going to be announced within a short span of time. I mean, within a couple of minutes. So we are ready to fight the elections. Ground level preparations are also over. So we are confident of retaining the power.
But Ramesh Channitala is complaining. He says that this is a very short time. We've never had only a 23-day campaign, and that too, he's Easter in the middle of that campaign?
I heard him saying like that. But the point is that that is their own camps, internal issues, and as far as my side is concerned, LDF side is concerned, we are ready to face the election. To that extent only I can state at this point of time. As far as Ramesh Chennithala's dissident group, there are 3 or 4 contenders for the so-called ambitious chief ministership. It's all a trouble-down house. No need of
many claimants for the throne in the Congress camp, of course. But Mr. Santosh Kumar, your announcement of this candidate list right after the Election Commission's announcement is going to perhaps once again raise questions, because Congress keeps saying that the BJP and the LDF are working in tandem.
See, who is helping BJP in Kerala is known to all Malayalis. Okay, there is alliance between Congress and BJP in many local, Gram Panchayats. There was an alliance in, indirect alliance in Trivandrum Corporation with the help of Shashi Tharoor. These are all known facts to Malayalis who lives in Kerala. So leave that part. We have announced this list because we have done our homework properly. There is a due process, and that was completed on 8th of March. And our candidates were actually campaigning in the field also. So kindly understand that that's an unwanted political accusation. Okay. These people, there are a number of contenders, and see, it's a divided home. And as far as the dates of other states are concerned, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, that decoupling was actually it's not acceptable. And let's wait and see. Because
why do you say it's unacceptable? And how does it make a difference to the fairness of the election procedure? I'm trying to understand that.
See, the point is that it used to be like that only always. Number one.
Many elections are delinked. Last time we saw the same thing happen in the case of Haryana and other polls.
Not very many elections. I'm talking about Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. It used to be together only, and why it is decoupled? That is a.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that contention, JVC?
No, I don't think so. See, there is no hard and fast rule that there should be a president and it should be followed. But I'm extremely glad that Mr. Santosh, who's the MP from opposition party, is actually coming out and saying that, and he's saying that we are ready to face elections. And in Kerala, he's saying that no, that's a very.
I'm ready. We are ready. We have announced
that's a very, very appreciable state of things. And on the contrary, we saw the Congress leader, Ramesh Chennithala, coming and complaining that Easter and various things, because now we know pretty well that the Congress is not ready. Congress is not ready with the candidates. Congress, there are multiple claimants, and there are MPs who are planning to contest, and there are debates within the party whether people like K.C. Venugopal should contest in the assembly elections or not. And these are a lot of things which are there. So, I don't know that Mr. Santosh will agree with me or not. But the issue is, Kerala, Congress has got too many issues on their hand, lot of dissidents, as a result of which conveniently they blame the Election Commission. Same way, Trinamool Congress has got a lot of issues, and now they are blaming the Election Commission. Now, LDF does not have much issues, as a result of which they are not blaming the Election Commission. And as far as Puducherry and Tamil Nadu is concerned, there is the two different things. There is a state and it is a union territory. And there is no hard and fast rule that Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, the polls should be held together. Okay. Just because Congress and DMK have not finalized their seat sharing arrangement, and they don't even know whether TVK may go with Congress
I know
or not.
Dr. Ranganathan also wants to come in. Very quickly, I want to find out if Mr. P. Santosh agrees with JVC. You're not prepared, so don't blame the EC.
No, for us, I already expressed our position. As far as the Left Democratic Front in Kerala is concerned, we are ready to face the election. Candidates are announced, and our candidates are already in the field actively. So, for us, it's a matter of some hours only. We are going to file nomination within a couple of days, and we are hopeful of retaining the power.
Okay, Dr. Ranganathan, you wanted to come in? Dr. Ranganathan, you wanted to come in?
No, I just wanted perhaps, JVC, because of course he's the expert out here. I just wanted, some light to be thrown on the fact that why almost a month between the voting in 3 states and the results in 3 states. I mean, could that not have been preponed? That is what the only thing the question that I have in my mind.
JVC.
I think,
agree with you.
Okay, Mr. Santosh agrees with Dr. Ranganathan. Go ahead.
No, that I agree with. This huge gap is not at all needed, and that could have been avoided by the Commission. But as far as the dates of Kerala are concerned, we are happy. We don't have any complaint. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right, JVC.
I can only think in terms of, probably they wanted to keep Bengal a little later because they wanted to be better prepared. because one is the electoral rolls. That we are talking about still the electoral rolls. There are some issues in that. And number two, in terms of being prepared, because there is an history of the violence in Bengal election, as a result of which that's been done. And as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, I think, for a state like Tamil Nadu, I think 1 month is fair time to be given for the campaigning and various activities. And I think it's absolutely fine.
I meant something else. Swati,
okay.
can I come?
Oh, you meant the gap between the dates and the results?
Yes, I meant, for example, Kerala, for example, Assam. I mean, it's almost going to be a month before the voting.
That happened last time also. Anand, last time also it happened, because April 4th was the election, happened in Tamil Nadu, and May 2nd was the result in 2021. Because I vividly remember these dates, because I covered those elections. So it is not something which is happening for the first time. Even in Uttar Pradesh, we have seen the same thing. In Punjab, we have seen the same thing in 2022. So these are things which tend to happen, because I do not know what is the logic behind keeping April 9th. But May 4th is absolutely fine, because this has happened in the past.
Okay, I think we should move beyond that. The dates have been announced, result day announced as well. Dr. Ranganathan, in the discussion earlier, that before the press conference, we had our panelists say that, the opposition has more reasons to worry than the Bharatiya Janata Party. For who is this a really bigger challenge? What would you say? Because we are looking at states that are opposition ruled, and BJP for a long time has been trying to change the game here.
Yes, well, I think that's what I would call $1 million question, because other than I would say Assam and to some extent Puducherry, BJP has never been of having any expectations in any other states other than, yes, we will fare well. In Assam, they do, because they scripted history recently. I think as far as expectations are concerned, I would say the one state to watch out for that could deliver surprise of surprises is, of course, Bengal. We know the situation in Tamil Nadu is not going to change that much, because the alliance has not yet been fortified to the extent that both the parties would want it. But as far as Bengal is concerned, let me be very honest about it. Last time also, I would venture out to say that the election was for BJPs to take. They fluffed in the last minute because they kind of got enticed by the fact that a lot of turncoats wanted to join the BJP because they smelled something, the weather changed and they thought they would. Well, that went against the voters, because the voters said, well, we are trying to vote for the BJP because we want to escape the TMC. And here you have the TMC turncoats being given tickets by the BJP. So, that was the catastrophic mistake, one of the many mistakes that BJP committed. Are they going to go the same way? I doubt it this time round.
Okay, so when you say nothing much will change in Tamil Nadu, are you not counting Vijay as a factor? Would he not be able to disrupt?
Sorry, is that a question for me?
Yes, absolutely.
No, I honestly don't believe that Vijay is going to be a big factor. No.
JVC, your take?
Vijay is not going to be a big factor. I think, it started crumbling. And at this point in time, Vijay probably might be polling around 14 to 15%. And that is what we exactly said for Prashant Kishore in Bihar. But by the time once the campaign is announced, you will find the might of Dravidian parties. These two Dravidian parties are of a different animal altogether. They're a monster. In front of these two Dravidian parties, Vijay would just melt. Their candidates would just run away. You're going to see from tomorrow what's going to happen, because DMK is facing huge anti-incumbency. I am in the rural parts of Tamil Nadu right now. I'm traveling. You can see I'm in the car, and there is tremendous anger against the DMK government. As far as farming community is concerned, ADMK is capitalizing on its best. ADMK has got two big parties as its allies. In the northern Tamil Nadu, they have PMK, which is a one-year population, and in southern and Kongu, they have BJP, which is growing. So expect surprises in Tamil Nadu. Kerala, BJP is certainly winning more than one seat. Now, whom are they damaging? Or they're damaging in some places UDF and they're damaging LDF in some places. Any kind of adjustment politics between UDF and LDF, let me tell you, can lead to an Ang assembly. Bengal, it's $1 million question. Fear versus change. There is a fear, and that fear factor, how much is it going to play a role, is what we need to wait and watch. Assam and Puducherry, I think NDA will win.
So when you say anti-incumbency, because, Mr. Ranganathan, we haven't seen that really work in the past couple of elections where pro-incumbency was a big factor and the states remained with the parties that were ruling?
Well, Tamil Nadu, as my good friend JVC would know, used to go complete swing from one way to the other. Once it would be DMK, then everything else would shift to, they would be out on the streets and vice versa as far as AIADMK is concerned. That, of course, changed with the passing away of Jayalalitha ji. Now, has the situation been taken back or have they actually nodded back a little? No, I would say that has not happened. But I want to throw in this spanner. 5 years ago, the talk of DMK being virulently anti-Hindu wasn't there as much as it is there right now. I mean, that has gone into the psyche of the voters that, look, there is a government that, and the word unnecessary, and JVC is on the road, so he would possibly be able to tell you more, but, of what I have learned, unnecessarily unprovoked being un-Hindu, anti-Hindu is the question that is on Tamil voters right now.
Okay.
And that wasn't there 5 years ago.
But but one would remind you then, Dr. Ranganathan, of what happened in the Lok Sabha elections. Before we discuss that, we have some breaking inputs coming in on the broadcast. This is a reaction coming in from the TMC. The TMC has exuded confidence when it comes to winning the elections. Kunal Ghosh says Mamata Banerjee will come back with more than 250 MLAs in the assembly. Let's listen in.
कुछ नहीं हुआ, फिर हारेंगे और बुरी तरह से हारेंगे. अब लीक कर रखिए, 250 से ज्यादा तृणमूल सीट जीतने वाला है. ममता बनर्जी अभी she will return back with more than 250 MLAs in the assembly.
So reactions have started coming in from the political parties after the poll dates have been announced. Here's what the DMK has to say.
The election dates have been announced. It's interesting, last year the elections were announced by Feb 27th and this year it's been postponed by 2 weeks. We don't know why. Maybe Prime Minister wanted to finish all his obligations. That's why we say the Election Commission operates like the wing of the BJP party. But whatever may be the day of polling, whenever may be the day of results, whatever may be the undemocratic practices the BJP may try to follow in Tamil Nadu, we will get more than 200 seats.
The DMK is pretty much prepared for the elections, and these elections are not going to be fought by the DMK on the weakness of opposition. Irrespective of whoever is allying with the ADMK, this election, the DMK believes in the work that the Chief Minister have done. This election, the DMK believes in the confidence that the people have on the leadership of our Talaivar Muthuvel Karunanidhi's talent. For the social welfare measures he did, for the economic growth this country has seen, for the foreign investment that this government has drawn into this state, are the factors that we believe in.
23rd, from today we have 40 days and we are happy we have adequate time to plan our propagation and to plan our seat sharing. And first of all, I thank the Government of India and the Election Commission for coming with the cleansed list, that is SIR, because initially the Chief Minister opposed it and he said all the minorities votes will be deleted, and today the Election Commissioner has very clearly said no ineligible voter will be allowed, no eligible voter will be omitted. So that's a great news for all the voters.
So TMC says 250 MLAs, DMK says we will win more than 200 seats. I want to go back to our guest, to Dr. Ranganathan. Let's discuss what transpired in the Lok Sabha elections. The Sanatan issue did not seem to have any adverse impact on the alliance, the DMK and the other parties.
Yeah, a couple of points. One, in fact, a question to you, Swati, because the exit polls, would the media be allowed to hold the exit polls on the 9th, or do they have to wait till the 29th? So that's
we need
one
clarity.
question.
Yes, we need clarity on that. Yes.
Yes.
Swati, I can answer to that.
Sure.
On the 9th, we can do before 8th, we can do the opinion poll. The final opinion poll can be released by 8th or 7th.
Okay.
But exit poll can be released only by 29th.
Okay. So exit polls can only happen on the 29th because that's when all the elections...
Opinion polls the final opinion poll can be released on 7th or 8th. That we need to check.
Okay. I think, Dr. Ranganathan, you have your answer, but you have not answered my question.
Yes. So, yes, the answer was, look, it's a bit like tumbleweed. You have this thing that keeps on growing and growing and growing. Now, you remember the Deepatun issue. You remember the issue where the Supreme Court, the direction of the Supreme Court itself have been violated by the Tamil Nadu government for not putting a case on Udayanidhi Stalin. All these things and what has happened over the last couple of years since the general elections have gone on to create this atmosphere that this government is deliberately provoking Hindus. There is no other word for it.
Okay. All right. We'll discuss this on the other side as well at length. For the moment, we're taking a very short break. Stay on with us, gentlemen.